Hello everyone. Today we will be seeing about the Chikitsa Sutra for Vatarakta. So in the previous class we have already discussed about what are the Nidana, Samprapti and all those things about Vatarakta. In this class we will be mainly dealing with the Chikitsa Sutra, Vishesha Chikitsa, Pathya and Chamanoshadis of Vatarakta. So let's begin with it. So what will be the treatment plan of Vatarakta? To understand that, we have to know that Vatarakta is a condition which is having two entities. One is Vata and other is Rakta. Here you can see that Vata is engulfed by Rakta. So mainly Vata get avarna by the Rakta. Rakta avarna should be removed first. So we have a priority in treating of Vatarakta. So we have to first remove the avarna of Rakta from Vata, then only the Vata can be treated. So Avarna Vrakta removed in Shikrata, then Vata will come to its Prakrita Swarupa so that we can treat it up. So how the treatment of Rakta should be done? We all know that Rakta's treatment can be done by Rakta Mokshana. Any Vishesh in the Rakta can be cured. The best treatment for it is Rakta Mokshana. So in Rakta Mokshana we have multiple entities. We can have स्निग्धा यथा दोष यथा बला अल्प अल्प व बहुशो हरेत. So it should be done by snigdhasya, not very profuse raktamokshana should not be done. Any roksha method of raktamokshana should not be done. It should be mildly, it should be done, and yada dosha yada balam, depending upon the dosha and bala of the patient, it should be selected. And alpa alpam, it should not be instantaneously you remove the blood. Slow, I mean slow by slow, little by little you have to remove. But bhusho harid, but a lot of quantity of rakta should be removed to remove the avarna of rakta from vata. Then how we can do the rakta mokshana? It can done by Shrinka method, it can done by Jaloka, it can done by Suchi method, it can done by Alabu method. These are the different kinds of rakta mokshana that is advised in vata rakta. Okay. So where Jaluka need to be provided? If Ruk, Daha, Shula, Toda is there in Vadarakta, then Jaluka method of Rakta Mokshana finds ideal for this. If Supti, Kandu, Chimichimayana is there, then Shringa and Alapu method finds to be excellent in that. Then where the Siraveda and Prachana to be done, it is Deshat, Deshat, Brajat. Based on the location of it can be utilized judiciously. Now where the Rakta Moksha Nisheta is being done, it is Ruksha in Anguli. If there is too much of Ruksha, Anga Glani is there and Vataja Rakta is there, then in those conditions Rakta Moksha is Nishiddha. If done, it will lead to Gambhira Shwetu, Stamba, Kamba, Snayu Sira Amayana, Glani due to Raktarshaya. So in all the Nishiddha conditions, Rakta Moksha should not be done. What are the upadrava of atirakta mokshana? If excessively rakta mokshana is done, that can lead to khanchata, mrityu and vataroga. Therefore, after attaining snigdhata, rakta mokshana should be done in appropriate pramana, which is avikari. It should not cause any kind of disorders or discomfort to the patient. Now let's look upon the Samshodhana Chikitsa in Vadarakta. So after Rakta Mokshana, if the Rakta is removed, then the remaining dosha should also be done Harana. So for that, what all Shodhana Chikitsa is required, that will be seeing in this. So mainly in Vadarakta, Virechana plays a very important role in treating of the disease. But the Virechana should be Sneha Yukta and Ruksha Yukta. There are two different varieties of Virechana. Depending upon the condition of the patient, you have to either select Sneha Yukta Virechana or Ruksha Yukta Virechana. Sneha Yukta Virechana is being done if there is a Alpa Snigdhata is present in the body and Alpa Rukshata is there, then Sneha Yukta Virechana is done. But whereas in case of Ati Snigdha, then Ruksha Yukta Virechana finds to be ideal in treating Vadarakta. Where Mridu Virechana need to be provided and why it should be given is that Tikshna Virechana can lead to Vata Prakopa. Hence, in Vadarakta, already it is a Vatachayati, we can't provide Tikshna Virechana. Now followed by Virechana, Sansarjana Krama finds to be the best thing that we can give, as we have to by rule forbade to provide Sansarjana Krama, and followed by that the patient can be given with Anuvasana Basti and Niruha Basti. As it is a Vataja Vyadhi, Basti finds to be the very excellent treatment. So these two Bastis can be given after Virechana. Seka Abhinga Pradeha Anna Sneham Prayo Avidahinam. So all these things which are used in Vatarakta can help in reducing the condition, but remember that these all should be given avidahina. Or we can say that Vatarakte prasasyante. These are best things for treating Vatarakta. So Seka should be given with avidahik vata, Abhyanga should be done with avidahi taila, and Pradeha should be given with avidahi kalka. This is how we have to select it. Don't produce daha in the sharira is avidahi. Any aushadha, any anna, or any vihara which does not possess daha in the sharira we call it as avidahi. Now in Vatarakta we can give Virechana, Basti, Sneha, Seka, Abhyanga, Pradeha, and Anna Sneha. So this completes the treatment of Shodhana in case of Vatarakta. So we completed Rakta Mokshana in Vatarakta and some Shodhana in Vatarakta. But still we need to have some specific treatment for specific condition. We call it as Vishesha Chikitsa. So what are the Vishesha Chikitsa in Vatarakta? Vishesha Chikitsa in Uttana Vatarakta will be Alepana, Abhyanga, Parisheka, Upanaha. These forms of Vishesha Chikitsa in Uttana Vatarakta. Whereas if it is Gambhira Vatarakta, we will provide Virechana, Astapana and Snehapana. If Vata is dominated in Vatarakta, then Pana or Sarpi, Taila, Vasa and Majja can be given. But Sarpi, it will be best if you provide Purana Sarpi or Purana Krita. If it is Vata dominant, we can also provide Abhinjana, Basti, Upanaha in Prabhavita Bhaga. That will also help in curing Vata dominated Vatarakta. If it is a Kapha dominated Vatarakta, then Mrudu Vamana can be given, Sneha, Seka, Langhana and Koshna Lepa can be administered in Vatarakta. Na Atyartha of any of these. Whatever you are providing, it should be in an ideal quantity. Nothing should be excess as it is a Kapha dominant Vatarakta. So if Shita Pralepa is done, then that can lead to Stambha of the doshas, which will lead to the Vriddhi of Daha, Shota, Ruk and Khandu in the Sharira. In Pittas and Rakta dominated Vatarakta, it can provide Krita or Shirapana can be provided, Seka, Basti, Virechana and Shita Nirvapana can be administered. If Ushna Lepa is done, Daha, Kleda, Avadharana and busting of the prana can happen. Hence, Ushna Lepa should never be applied in Pitta dominated Vatarakta. So, whatever we are giving, we should understand that Dosha Bala and Roga Bala, and always Dosha Bala Vriddhatva should never be happen because of our treatment. Chikitsa should be done in Vata Kapha Prakopa, Ushna Kriya is done. In Rakta Pitta Prakopa, Shita Kriya is done. This is the general logic of doing the Chikitsa in Vatarakta. Apatya in Vatarakta will be Divaswapna, Santapa, Vyayama, Maithuna, intake of Katu Lavana Amla, Ushna Guru, Abhishanti Ahara will be considered as Apatya in Vatarakta. Pathya will be Puranayava, Godhuma, Shali, used prepared with Mudga and Masura will be considered as Pathya in Vatarakta. Shakas like Shatavari, Sauvarchala, Sunishnaka should be mixed with Ghrita and Mamsarasa to be administered, should be taken according to the Satmya and Vyanjanartha of the patient. Paisa of Go and Mahisha and Aja I find to be very helpful. Nahi Bastin Samam Kinjit Vataraktam Chikitsitam. So this line is very important, that the Basti is considered to be the Uttama Chikitsa for Vatarakta. Why it is being considered is that this is explained in the context of Virechana in Vatarakta, where they say that in Vatarakta, Rakta Dushti is Vishesha. For the Rakta Dushti, Pitta Shodhana is good. Therefore, Virechana is considered to be important. Or in general look, we feel that Virechana is the ideal thing to be done. But Virechana is Ruksha, so it can lead to the Vata Prakopa. Therefore, Basti is important, not Virechana. In Vatarakta, there is an easy chance of Vata getting Avarna by Rakta, and will lead to Shula in Basti, Vangshana, Parshva and Ura Pradesha. To remove all these things, Basti finds to be the excellent therapy in Vatarakta. Now we'll see some of the Shamana yogas in Vadarakta. Krita yogas, most important is Shravanyadi Krita, Bala Krita, Parushaka Krita, Jivani Krita. These are the main important Kritas in Vadarakta. So Nitya Upyoga of Prayoga of this Krita finds to be very effective in Vadarakta treatment. Then Drakshadi Krita, where Draksha, Yashtimadu, Go Krita, and Kalka of Draksha and Yashtimadu is used in preparing it. Taken with Sitopala is the Anupana. Jivakadi Mahasneha, Sthiradi Krita, Sthiradi Taila. These three found to be one of the top priority in Tridoshaja Vadarakta. Now let's see the Shira Prayoga in Vadarakta, which is another important concept. Dharoshna Dugdha plus Gomutra can be given in Dosha Anulomanartha. If you want to intend to Anulomana of the dosha, then this can be provided. Dharoshna Dugdha plus Trivrit Churna can be advised in Vayu Marga Avarna by Pitta and Rakta. This will remove the Avarna by Pitta and Rakta and clears the Vayu Marga. Go Dugdha plus Eranda Taila can be given if there is a Atyadhika Dosha Prakopa. When get digested and feel Shuddha, Go Dugdha Pana should be repeated again. So maximum Go Dugdha should be provided. Chatushka Prayoga in Pana, in Abhyanga, in Basti, in Nasya. Chatushka Prayoga of Shira can be used in Pana, Abhyanga, Basti and Nasya. And some of the Chatushka Dravyas will be Chatushka Prayoga Yogas is Madhuparnyadi Taila and Sukumara Taila. Madhuparnyadi Taila is mainly Upadrava Yukta Vadarakta and Sarvanga Vyapta Vadarakta. Main indication of Madhuparnyadi is Upadrava Yukta Vadarakta and Sarvanga Vyapta Vadarakta. Sukumara Taila is mainly used in Sarvesham Vadavyadishu or Aryogyam Bala Pushtidam. This is the Falasruti of Sukumara Taila. Other yogas is Amartyadi Taila, Mahapada Taila, Madhuka Taila, where Yashti Madhu 100 pala is being used, Shatapaka Madhuka Taila, where Yashti Madhu Kalka 1 pala and repeated for 100 times. Sahasrapaka Shatapaka Bala Taila, where Balakwada, 4th part of Taila, Kalka 1/4th part of Taila, Shira equal to the part of Taila. It is Rasayanam Idhi Sreshtam, Indriyanam Prasadanam, Shukra Asrak Doshajam Nashanam. So this is the benefit of Shatapaka, Sahasrapaka, Shatapaka, Bala Taila. Pinda Tailam, another important and very commonly used material in treating of Vadarakta and even other kinds of pain also. It is Madhuchishtam Kalkam, Manjishta Kalkam, Sarjarasa Kalkam, Sariva Kalkam, or all to be taken 1/4th part of Taila, Jala 4 times of Taila and Taila Paka is been done. Tat Abhyangatam Vadaraktam Rujapaham. It is mainly used in Rujapaha and Abhyanga. Dashamuladi Chira and Dashamula Sadhita Krita is another one. Chaturvida Sneha Prayoga with Madhura, Snigdha, Jivaniya Dravya. All the 4 different kinds of Sneha can be administered with Madhura, Snigdha, especially Jivaniya Dravya. Can be used in Parishechana, in Koshna Avastha and Shitala Avastha. In Koshna Avastha, it should be given if there is a Stamba and Shula or if there is a Akshepaka in the patient. In Shitala Avastha, it is given if there is a Daha is present in the patient. Daha Nashaka Lepa, Raga, Ruja, Daha can be removed by Daha Nashaka Lepa. Prapundaradi Lepa in Rakta Pitta Pradhana Vadarakta, Erenda Muladi Pralepa is another one which can be used. So here I conclude the talk about Vadarakta. I hope you understood what is the Chikitsa Sutra and what are the main Shavanaushadhis used in Vadarakta. In case of any queries and clarification, we will discuss in our practice session. Thank you very much.